Okay, I'm setting up this little bottom to do the wheat stitch. So if you've seen some of my previous videos, you saw me working on this one, which I had to take apart several times. And I did end up with a wheat stitch. In some areas you could see it. Then I went back over and did the fern stitch. But it was too thick and this cheap thread kept breaking. So I started over. We've got this little green heart. And my suggestions are that I would use something that's drilled about a 1/2 inch apart as opposed to a 1/4 inch. Most of my basket bottoms are 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch. So these are a little further apart than the previous one I did. And I did 3 rows around just on the basic stitch. You could see here, 3 rows of the basic stitch. And I slowly got my coils to be a little thicker, thereby giving more room between each coil, because as you go on, you get more room between each coil. Or, you know, the thread gets separated a little bit more. So, regular stitch, this is where I started. This is where I always change things out. Try to stay in the same place. Sometimes you can't. So the instructions are basic stitch, then you go back and you split the thread. And I tested it on this 2-ply waxed cord and it works fine. So split the thread, and I went through the needles, which is against my rules, but at any rate, it seems to be working fine. So I'm going to go 1 row around with the V-stitch. It's going to end up a V-stitch. You're setting up to do your wheat stitch. So let me show you how I'm doing that. So I've got the regular stitch here. I'm going to split it. I'm going to go through the needles a little bit. Now these are really nice, healthy needles. They were dried inside and stayed a little bit green. And then you go back through the same, hopefully you can see that. And I go back through the same hole. And you've split the thread. Okay. So split the thread. This is 2-ply, so I think it'll hold. Oh, I just poked myself. Go back through the same hole. My hands are tired, so I'm using my little pliers. So there, now you've got a little Y stitch. So I'll go clear around. Then when we get back to this starting point here, we're going to split this thread and continue to go up, and it'll give it the look of a wheat stitch. And then if you want to do the fern stitch on top of that, you're just going to turn your basket around, and then add a stitch here in the center, and you'll have 3 legs. But we'll keep working towards that. So this is a nice little center to practice on. It's really small, only about 2.5 inches across. This took a long time to get around, so it took me a long time to figure out I was failing. So if you're practicing a new stitch, I'd recommend trying on a smaller base, even a walnut, but maybe a walnut's a little small because it's hard for your hands to hang on to the little pieces. But this is a perfect size. So I'll continue with this and get back to you shortly.